Well, hello everybody, Gene and family. This is Robert Allen here in Tallahassee, and I'm going to try this. I'm trying to get my head positioned in a proper way that you can see me clearly. So I have my glasses on. I'm going to take them off here in a second, so hopefully you can see my eyes a little better. But this is 72 beats per minute. I'm going to do the ×1 exercise, the Z exercise that you're doing. And I'm just going to go through what proper range of motion and technique should be, and then maybe highlight some possible common errors that you might be making. And we're going to do this both horizontally and vertically. Alright, here's no glasses. Alright, so on 3 I'm going to the left because I want you to always start and keep time with the left. 1, 2, left, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm not sure that this metronome is actually in time with the recording. It might be delayed, but for me it's right on the beat. You saw I got 30 degrees equally left and right. And what is going to happen with you, Gene, is that when you do these initially at a faster speed, you might have more dizziness, you might have some resistance, you might feel that it's more difficult to get your head to the left. You might not actually get your head properly to the left. So it might be something like this. You might start out with left, 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 and after a while you're just going right center, right center, right center, right center, right center, and you're not getting over here like you should. So that is a very common mistake and something that you're going to have to be really careful about. You can also go way too far to your left initially, and if you do that, then you end up over here, left center, left center, left center, left center, and when you're doing that, that's not going to get you your ideal result either. It really needs to be balanced, equal left, equal right. If your dizziness level is 3 or 4 out of 10 on the first few times you do this, and you do it for 3 times a day for 3 days straight, and you start to say, well, my dizziness level is only 1 out of 10, or maybe it's completely gone while doing this exercise, it's time to jump up 6 beats per minute faster. Other common mistakes are sometimes people can really go do this. They can go slow to their left and then whip it and slow and whip it and whip it and slow, 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 whip it and slow. And you see how I can kind of compensate for my weak left side by doing that. So you can still be keeping time with the beat because I was still keeping the time with the beat when I was like whip it and slow, whip it and slow, whip it and slow. But obviously I'm going much faster to my good side and very slow to my involved left side. So be careful about that. It's got to be pretty much like a pendulum. Left, 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 left. Eyes always on the little white dot. Or I forget exactly what your target is, but I think you have a little white dot because I sent you a Z. Let's do the vertical. This will be at 72 as well. And I think it's a very good thing for you to start and keep time with the up. So it's going to be up, up, up. See how I'm getting 30 degrees down in between? Up, 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 up. Always in time with the beat, but I'm getting the 30 degrees down in between, and I'm getting a nice 30 degrees up. So that's level. This is 30 degrees up, and that's 30 degrees down. So you're trying to get right in time with the beat, and just to add to a little comment about the 30 degrees up and down, I'm a little more forgiving with the up and down in terms of your ability to attain the 30 degrees. So if you only get 20 degrees up and down, that's probably pretty good. Just try to make it as balanced as you possibly can. The reason I want you to start and keep time with the up is because it's more difficult for you. Just to let you in on a little aside, it's very likely then that because you have more problems with the up than the down, that you actually got at least some of this problem with your vestibular system from trauma. So those falls that you had, when you have the problem with the up and down, it's the posterior canal that's the issue, and that rarely gets injured or damaged when it's just from a viral infection. And it is very commonly injured when you get this problem from trauma. So that's why I'm thinking that at least part of the injury to your vestibular system is from trauma. Just as a review, and I'll call and talk to you about this today, but you know, I expect that after a week of doing this consistently, correctly, and so to me a week would have started last Thursday when you were taught the verticals, and if you've done the exercise correctly 3 times a day since then coming up in another couple of days on Thursday, I would expect that overall, and that is very important, overall in a general sense, when you're going about your activities of daily living, you're probably going to feel a little less dizzy, maybe something like 20% less dizzy overall. And you have to take into consideration, though, that never is this going to go from A to B to C to D and never have any interruptions or regressions. The general trend, if you look at over a period of days and weeks, the general trend will always be better and better and better. But that does not mean that individual days and individual parts of that day can be much worse than even what you'd experienced before. That is normal. Your brain is fixing this problem. It's getting a stimulus that it doesn't want to see in the first place. And of course, that's the stimulus that's going to get it better in the long run. But it's a noxious stimulus to begin with. Let me repeat that. The same stimulus that gets you better will also get you dizzy, and so there's no way that I can have you go through these exercises, get you better, and not have you at least have some periods of dizziness, maybe even worsening dizziness for short periods of time. And to me, a short period of time is a day or two, a few hours or so. But again, the general trend is going to be up and better and better and better. The short-term trend can definitely be worse, so just keep that in mind. So that is the horizontal and vertical. The other thing that people can notice when you're doing this, and there's no reason to have this going, I guess, when I'm talking. It's probably distracting. But the other thing to really notice is the resistance. If you notice that it gets easier, if you notice that it's easier to keep up with the beat, if you notice that your range of motion to especially the left of the left and right and the up of the up and down is easier to attain, then yeah, that's an improvement. And that's a good way, again, another good way of assessing when it's time for you to go 6 beats per minute faster. So somebody who's watching might notice that, man, you're just breezing right through this. It looks so much easier than it did the other day when I saw you do this at 78 beats per minute or whatever it is. Well, at that point then, especially if you have an agreement with the dizziness, in other words, the dizziness has also gotten better, then time to go faster. And of course, what are you going to expect when you go faster? The same things that you had when you started with this exercise. So initially you had dizziness with the exercise, you had difficulty doing it, and the same thing will happen as you raise your speed. All right, we're going to take a little break here.